వీడియో తీస్తుండు కొను.
నేను అక్కడ బాగానే పోతాను, ఆయన వీడియో తీస్తా, నా వీడియో తీస్తా.
యాక్చువల్గా విమల్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ అయిపోయిందన్న మధ్యాహ్నం.
ఓహో, నా ఇంటర్వ్యూ ఇప్పుడు అంటే ఫార్మల్గా ఇంటర్వ్యూగా
లే ఫార్మల్గా అంటే మీరు ఎవరు టైం కుదరట్లేదు కదా, సో ఇన్ఫార్మల్గా ఇప్పుడు.
ఇన్ఫార్మల్గా పని చేయి, నువ్వు క్వశ్చన్ లాగా నేను ఆన్సర్ లాగా చెప్తాను.
అదే. సో టుడే we are here with Nishanth Goli before he's leaving for his New Year vacation, and Srikar Nidadavolu. So today our focus will be on Nishanth Goli.
Hello.
So
thank you, Santosh, for giving me this honorable opportunity, not distinguished opportunity to talk to people and let them know my experiences at UAH. It's been an awesome 2.5 years with not many ups nor such great downs, but it's been a decent ride so far. I am happy that I have been patient, smart, hardworking, honest, and clever, and I think it kind of has been good. Quite good grades, made good friends, learned a lot. Luckily I have a job, so it's been a good so far. Yeah, if you have any questions, like to ask something,
so actually I know that you're one of the most active Indian student who participates in everything on campus. Okay, almost everything on campus. Any event or any organization, you're part of many things, and you're even the ex-president of GSO. So how could you manage your education and all these activities, extracurricular activities?
The reason I went into extracurricular activities was I wanted to improve myself. I know that studying can probably make you work hard in your job, but it's important to get a good job, important to go high in your job, and many other things. You need to go and get a better job. Talking to people is a very important skill which I think I possess. So all this you can't get them just by getting good grades. You need to speak to people and know stuff. So that's the reason why I always wanted to get into organizations, all that. And one reason why I'll say is I was active, I could manage my studies, was I felt it was a responsibility of mine, and not I never thought that okay, I wanted to do them because I know they'll help me improve myself, but when I did them, it was more of a responsibility to get it done. So I felt that more responsibility of getting it done, and that's how I managed my time with education and this. And luckily, for me at least, my education was not that hard, and research was fine enough. Not when it got busy, my extracurricular stuff was all down. But yeah, that's how I just managed it. It's just it's your interest, passion, hard work, honesty, all that comes into my.
Okay. So few words about the Aerospace and Mechanical Engineering department.
Well, if you are smart, and I'm not talking of being clever, intelligent, then you can succeed very well in this department. If you know how you have to talk to professors and how you have to go through your degree, then you can go through it. You have to show hard work, and your professors have to see it. And you have to let people know that you are struggling to get something done. Just working hard at home and doing nothing in front of the professors, or making them feel that you're not working hard, doesn't help you. And at least in my part, my undergrad was different, so for me the coursework was not that hard. But I can say that the coursework in MA department is not that easy. At least not in UAH is not that easy. It's for everyone. So if you think you can just come here and finish your 2 years by just going to classes or sometimes bunking and not doing your homeworks that great and just not studying much to your finals, it won't work. You have to like put some hard work, and only that hard work can give you some, can bear your fruits. I know that when we come the first semester when I came, the thing that I had in my mind was getting some kind of on-campus job and then getting a funding for the second semester. So I know funding for second semester was at that point a secondary goal because I know I could not get it in the first semester. So at one point I was studying hard. At the same time I was also working very hard for an on-campus job. I applied for different jobs. I went for resume writings and all that, and finally I landed one. And people tell me that they could not, or they're not finding a job on campus. I only 60% or 70% of the time I don't think it's that they don't have a job. It's just how we are not able to apply to the jobs. I don't tell myself that I did it and I'm the best. No, after me there are some other people who did it and they got those jobs. And time and time people are proving that they have on-campus jobs. So it's always important to try for on-campus job. And one trick which can always help you get funding is in the very first semester, work hard, get A's in your subjects, find an advisor whom you think you'll work, whom under whom you'll do your thesis. If not, at least if you're not doing a thesis or any other thing, find someone whom you can refer you in the department to give him something. In my case, I found my thesis advisor in my first semester and I took a class with him. He liked my work, he liked how I work and how I study and all that, my things I do. So I got a funding right in the second semester. So it's all up to you. And once you have funding and you're good, don't stop there. That's when I went into all my organizations and all that stuff, because when I got funding, I have stipend, so that puts off the economical or financial burden out of my head. So the next thing you need is to improve yourself. So that's when you think you're financially well, at least you can get through your education without more trouble. That's when you have to learn how to interact with people and all that. And that's what makes the difference between you and any other person.
That's quite a speech.
Yeah.
Uh, and can you say something about a typical Indian student's life in Huntsville and UAH?
Well, I believe that every person has his own individuality, and I would rather suggest you don't try to be like a typical Indian who's just trying to have fun among himself and his friends. Like the world is really big. It's not what it's not. Your world is not in your house. Your world is not in the off-campus job you do, or your world is not in your class. Your world is much more than that. So I honestly suggest don't try to be a typical Indian in the US, because there's a saying, when in Rome, be like a Roman. So interact with people. At the end of the day, even I agree that the kind of attitude or behavior you are kind of the way you behave or the way you feel among Indians is you can never feel that way among Americans. So it's very important that you maintain a balance. Otherwise, a typical life would be. I'll tell you what a typical life is, and I'll tell you what a typical life should be. A typical life is getting up at 11 or 12 o'clock in the morning because your classes are late in the evening, and you go to your classes and then you sleep really late in the night. Either you're watching movies or you're speaking to people in India, or that if you have an on-campus job, either you're working all day or you're working all night. So you sleep at the wrong times. You have a really very bad eating habits, and you're struggling a lot to maintain your time between your work, studies, and sleep, and talking to home and eating. That's a hard thing. How your life should be, don't get up. I'm not saying getting up at 6 o'clock is the best thing, but at least get up at 8 o'clock. Try to do an exercise, but even I don't do that. But go to school in the morning. I mean, ideally you should probably get some kind of good on-campus job. So that makes you go to school in the morning, finish your classes, or if your classes are in the evening and your work is also in the evening, go a little late to school, get all your work done, come back home, cook, eat, and sleep early by 11 or 12. I don't say your life is very. They say that your life should not be that much straight. It should not be that simple. It should be with all ups and downs. Should be lots of spice added onto it. But honestly, when you add so much spice into it, you regret on your health and many other things. So yeah. The
Uh,
reason they say America is a place where people work 5 days, like hard, they struggle for 5 days and enjoy 2 days. I think it works here. It doesn't work in India, but it works here.
so one last question is like suggestions to the next coming students, especially for the MAE department.
Talk to your seniors. Talk to me for sure because I'm in campus for some more days, some more year, probably some more months, and if you're lucky, talk to me. But find out what your research interests are. Find out whether you can get a funding from the department and all that, and find out if you can do all that. Because in our field, you have more guarantee of getting a funding now than of getting a job later. So be very cautious with what field you select in your studies and work hard.
Okay, thanks a lot, Nishanth Goli, for your for the speech you have given and the suggestions. Thanks a lot.
To end my statement, I would like to thank all my friends, starting with Mallikarjun Avala, Karun Kumar Kapukala, Shrikar, Nitin, and Gautam, and many other friends who have been part here. Karthik, Hari, Sanjay, and many other friends, Indian friends who have been really good guide, help, best friends, and everything else. I should also mention Anisha. She has been a good friend. Thank you.